Hello and welcome back to Gouldian Junction. The next instalment of my river seam. I haven't worked on it now for a few days. I've been letting it rest and giving it some more thought and seeing what the next process will be. So I've gotten to the point now that I want to start doing the road here now before I start filling in with trees and the water and whatever else. So I'm going to use plaster strips. I'm going to cut them up. Alright, I cut a few up for now. I'll start with them. So I'm just going to use the scrunch paper technique for here. I've got some of this brickwork. Which is from the Fuller range. I'm not sure which is the article number on it. My plan is I'm going to put it here in the corner. So I want to build it just a little bit higher. And then I'm going to fill that area in with paper and just make it green in that area there. So it will be a wall here. I'm just going to find my Stanley knife. Alright, I'm back. I have found my knife. One of them. Problem is, it's got no blade. It snapped the other day and can't find my packet of blades anywhere. And I have literally hundreds of these knives, but I can never find them. I lose them, and that's the way it is. I work with these knives at work, and I've brought hundreds, and just I'm careless with them. So anyway, smooth them out as much as possible. They're already starting to dry a little bit as the heater's straight underneath there, so it's actually pretty warm here. The heat just comes straight up from the heater. So, like, but yeah, I'm going to leave that for a day or two for it to really dry, and then the next thing I'll do is put the plaster road down, and then from somewhere like a bit of a curve like that, and then from the plaster road I will start making it a bit green and stuff like that. Under here I'm not wanting to make it too green under there, as it wouldn't grow too much grass, but maybe just some weeds and things like that, some bushes. But yeah, I'll see how it goes when I get to that. I'll leave that there for now. I have been working on some trees. As you can see, it's quite a forest of trees at the moment. I'm going to place these on the layout. This time around I went with the seafoam trees that you can buy and covered them with the notch leaves. I used 3 different coloured leaves that I had, a dark, a medium and a light one. As you can see, the texture of the trees is looking quite good. I never made a video on how I did the trees, as there's plenty of videos on YouTube already on how to do it. I just took the seafoam, broke pieces off, tried to shape the trees, and then I spray painted them brown with 2 different browns I had. I had a lighter brown and a dark brown. I kind of hit them both with both colours, and then I sprayed it with glue, and then I put the leaves on. Some trees look more realistic than others. Some trees look a bit more like not so good. Like, for an example, this tree here, it looks a bit more flat, but of course when you look at it onto the camera, you don't pick up on it as much. So, but anyway, it looks quite good. So the next job is I'm going to go through and I'm going to start planting some trees. I'm not going to use any specific method on where I place the trees. I'm just going to kind of try to sit a few trees and see how they look. And then, yeah, like I say, I'm just going to roughly see how it looks and how it goes. So my plan is I'm going to just poke a hole in, if I can. As you can see, it's quite tough actually to poke a hole in. So as you can see, I'm just going to drill a hole and then place the trees in. I'm not too sure how or which trees or where, so I'm going to try different trees in different holes until I get a desired look that I like, and then I'll come back to you. Hello and welcome back. As you can see, I have removed the bridge from the river scene section. The battery went dead, so I wasn't able to film some of this. So I filled in the area with some more trees. I'll give a close-up of it. As you can see in the corner there, I put some more trees in, amongst the other wire trees that I've made. I put just a couple along the back there. I might put one more yet, I haven't decided. And then I brought some talus rocks, which you probably might have been able to see laying around in the video. These were from Woodland Scenics. I just got an earth blend. I put some of them into the river, just placing them. I haven't glued them or anything. I just laid them where they are at the moment. And then I'm going to put the realistic water over the top of them. Yeah, and I started doing the boat ramp here. So I made a ramp into the water here. I painted it up with just some concrete and some blend of different dirt colours. I'm thinking it's going to be more like probably more like a concrete. I'm trying to aim for more of a concrete look into it, and then here where the track starts, a bit more of a dirt, that it's a bit of concrete, and then it goes in the dirt. I'm still waiting for it to dry. I put some of the water effects on top. I just painted it with burnt umber. So, and when I laid the plaster, I just put some wheel tracks in there to try give a bit more of an impression, like the car's slid trying to get up. From there as well, I've started the road here. I decided to paint the piece of wood at the back black, just to give it a more of a finish look, I guess, to it. More of a dark look to the tunnel where it goes underneath the arch. I might change it to blue yet, I haven't decided. I might try paint it blue to blend it in with the wall too. I see, it's not a big deal at the moment, but it's kind of black for now. I painted the road. I just used the slate grey. I'm still to weather it and do a bit more effect to make it look more like a road yet. I've just done it quickly. The next part is I'm going to do the actual scenery besides the road and stuff, where the hill is and where the rocks are and stuff. I'm just going to put it green and, well, not so much green, but a bit more soil and a bit more rough terrain, kind of like I did over on this section here underneath this arch. Something like that. Not so much greenery, just a few little shrubs here and there that might have started to grow. That's more or less getting towards the end of the river scene at the moment, what I can see. So the next part is I'm going to do that, and then once I've finished that section, I'll put the bridge back in place, and then maybe before I put the bridge back in place, I might put the realistic water down, let it set, and then I'm going to put some water effects on top, like some waves, ripples and stuff on top of the water, and then I might put the bridge back in place. I'm planning on getting that done in the next video now. So in this video you'll see me do the road section here. I won't film it all. I'll probably just show you when it's done, as I'm going to use the same techniques I've done for the rest of the river. And then I'll show you when I pour the water. Welcome back. Time has come to put the realistic water down. I've more or less painted the river's bed. I mostly painted it black to show more depth. I put some rocks here and there, as I've mentioned earlier. So now I'm going to just start pouring this realistic water in and seeing how it goes. I'm going to start towards the back section over here, and then I'm going to see how it goes, just in case it doesn't look the best. It says to layer this on in layers, so I'm going to put roughly one layer down. It says about 3 mil thick, and then I'm going to see how it goes. I've never used this before, so this is a first for me. So I'll see how it goes. I'm not going to mix any. I thought about mixing blue in with it, but I'm not worried. So I have gone through and gave the whole river a small coating of the realistic water. I've just put the first layer down. I used a bottle and 3/4 up, I did, so I'm going to let this dry for 24 hours. Maybe even a little longer, and then I'm going to tip another coat on top. Most of it seems quite alright. I've just had a small leak down the front end here where the wood was. I'm gonna seal it up with some glue tomorrow, and then I'll put some more realistic water down. Before I put the next lot down, I'm going to seal it with some glue and let it dry so that it doesn't come out. Also had a small leak just out the back corner there too, but it was very minor. And then there was 1 or 2 other small leaks from little drill holes that I'd poked in for wiring when I've had track there. I thought I'd got them all, but yeah, there was one under there which was dripping, so I got some masking tape and just closed it up. But now it seems quite good, so I'm going to leave that for 24 hours and I'll show you when it's dried. So I've given it a few hours now. It's probably been approximately maybe 18 hours since I poured it. Yeah, as you can see, the murkiness is clearing up in it and it's starting to look quite nice. I'm going to give it a few more hours and then I'm going to pour another level on top, another layer. I'll pour the second layer, and I'm thinking I may even need a third layer as well, just to get the depth I want, as my aim is the rocks, I want to cover them. So anyway, I'm not going to film any more of the pouring or anything. I'll just leave it at that, as it's at the moment makes no difference. So anyway, I'll leave it there, and I'll show you when it's completed. So I've let the water dry, the realistic water. Might be able to pick up on it. in the camera. It looks much better now. I gave it 3 bottles. I may pour another 1 or 2 bottles on yet later on. I might just see how I feel with the depth so far. It's not very deep. I was hoping to cover the rocks a little bit more, but for the time being it's alright. Eventually I'll probably add some water effects on top. But for the time being I'm quite happy with it. I've also painted underneath the bridges, or the arch should I say, on the viaduct. I painted it grey. I just painted it a solid colour. I was thinking of making stonework under it, but I just haven't got that motivation at the moment. Might do it later on down the track. The only thing left on the bridges to do is I still want to weather this side a little bit more, paint a little bit bricks here and there, paint individual bricks, make them different. And also I want to just put some edging along the edges, as I've probably mentioned before. That's more or less it for the time being. I'm going to just keep going through and planting trees now in this area. So, as you can see, I've now planted all the trees. I could do with a few more yet. All up, I've planted probably nearly 40 trees here in this whole area, just like here and behind the actual river. The next part will be to just start doing some ballasting along the tracks and fix the track work up a little bit more. I'll just disconnect this from the tripod. Like just for an example, like filling in sleepers here and stuff. And this track here, I've got a join here, but I'm going to just replace this one and to here, to this join. And make that in one piece instead of it having a little piece, because it kind of curves, and here it's just making a bit of a kink. Wasn't causing any problems to the train, but it's more for cosmetic reasons too. Yeah, so then from there onwards now I'm pretty satisfied with the actual river. Like I said, I'm just probably gonna pour maybe 1 or 2 more realistic water on top of this now. I'll just give it a quick clean before I actually pour it, so that there's no green stuff or anything. I've also brought some figurines. These are people fishing. So these ones are from Pricer or Pricer. I'm not too sure how you want to pronounce it. They have little fishing rods and stuff in there, so my plan is just to plop them along here and there. Probably more along the bank here. Like I was thinking more just towards the front here, maybe a couple on this side, a couple on that side. I've got plans to build like a little wooden structure thing for people to stand on that could observe the river. That's later on down the track. I also picked up a guy fishing in a boat as well. Yeah, so they're not too sure if the camera will pick up on the number there, the product number. Also the product number on the other one here is on the side there. Yeah, so I'm just going to place these around. I'm not going to do that yet until I pour the next layer of water and I put the water effect down as well. But I can do that now with the bridge in place and trees here anyway. Give you a view of it all. You can see that the trees are looking pretty good. It's really actually brought the whole scenery section to life. I think I'm going to make a few more trees yet and just plant them along the left side of the road here, where it looks a bit bare. Also a couple of more in the front here. I've got more seafoam branches there that I've got to go through and make the trees. It'll probably be a weekend job like the last lot. But overall I'm pretty happy with this. There's not really too much more I can bring to you at the moment, so this will probably conclude this video, and for the water pouring and also planting the last of the trees. So like I say, thanks for watching, and please subscribe, leave any comments, and please feel free to share and like my videos. Thanks for now, and bye.